Hey guys, Luke here. Today we're going to be painting some Warhammer stuff. I've been doing a lot over the last few days, and I figure why not make a full process painting from start to the idea being there on the canvas. Uh, Not a finish, but we'll see how far we can get in a short amount of time. I have a couple examples from yesterday of like my Warhammer sketches. These are pretty cool, fun to do. I'm learning a lot more about Warhammer recently, and so yeah, this is me just sort of getting into the feel of it, making sketches that I can paint over and render and stuff. So I'll of course be maybe rendering some of these on stream, but for the most part, I'm happy with like how this world allows me to compose stuff. So yeah, we have like a lot of cool sketches already done, and today I'm going to be doing a demon lady. So I'm not really sure exactly on specifics, but I like to just go in the same way I do with some of my like commissions and stuff, and just allow these things to grow on their own. So let's open a new canvas and let's start off. So I think it's going to be vertical, probably. And let's start with the white canvas. Okay, we're starting with the Demon Lady, Slaanesh Demon Lady, something like that. So I'm going to be putting some tone down. I'm going to actually start in full color. And let's go with that. Let's start a little bit more gray. Yeah. Maybe you can see how cool we want it to be. That seems cool enough. Okay, so the main thing that I want to like be able to capture is this sort of beauty, but also this sort of evil. So I am going to start off with getting a gesture in, and we'll kind of compose based on whatever the gesture I decide to do. So let's see how like close we can actually get it, because I really like that reference that I have of the demon lady's face. So I'm gonna start kind of wild, and we're gonna figure out if we're gonna be looking up at this figure. Yeah, maybe. I think we will be looking up, and then go down here, and I'm gonna kind of treat it like if I were making some sort of miniature or something, so maybe have like some rocks here, maybe her other leg off this way. She can be holding a cool sword, and her other arm's a sword. So that's cool. We'll do that, do that. We're gonna have this hip give me a lot of damage. We're gonna have her covered up. I think a lot of times she has multiple breasts. I'm not sure how YouTube deals with breasts, so we're gonna maybe keep that insinuated for the most part. So yeah, so this can be a pretty long piece, and we're gonna make sure she's here. And I want the top to be kind of the focal point, so she's kind of like looking down, which I can handle. And she's gonna be kind of beautiful, of course. Looks like she has these sort of like tentacle-like hair things, so we'll do that. I'm gonna be thinking about different artists while I do this. Of course, I have my reference, but Brahm, a little bit of Warhammer art, some figurines, but I'm gonna be thinking about other things. So we'll give her multiple arms, maybe. That's fine. So really quickly, we get into the sketch, and this can become whatever after a while, but we're gonna want to capture both the beauty and the sort of evil, demonic horror nature of this character. So I'm gonna she's gotta have horns. She's gotta have horns. Alright. Where'd these horns look? Like there? Or like there? Maybe like there. Alright, let's see that chest. Need room for the pelvis. She's adjusting her leg up. The other leg is going down there. So yeah, I'm keeping this pretty big and like staying within canvas, trying to like make I really like to make the character, if I'm doing a character piece, take up as much as the canvas as I possibly can, just because like that's the focal point. Don't want to leave a lot of room for nothing. And let's give her an environment too. Oh yeah, maybe some like worshippers or demons in the background, you know. So we're looking up at this cool, awesome lady. Oh yeah, this is gonna be sick. Okay, so start really quickly. So I kind of sketch fast in order to just get that idea out. So this front leg has got to be in front. And I see some gestures in the miniatures. I'm going to capture like that knee coming out. So that leg armor is going to be cool. So we're going to want to make sure that's like the main squeeze here. And her expression might be like, you know, tongue out, kind of licking her lips or something. Or just a closed, like, non-friendly expression. We'll handle it. That's always what I try to do. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, set it up, I'll handle it. Don't worry about it. All you need is one good idea in the piece, and that can handle everything for you a lot of times. So I'm getting a little bit small here in order to figure things out. So maybe some of the gesture of the tentacles back here, they could be long, and she can have some like longer ones coming down bottom like that. All right, her other leg would kind of be over here now, and we're gonna make sure this makes sense. Which way would this be turned? This way. So I kind of draw things like just to make sure which way things are, like which way I'm going around the form, which way the form is facing. I think this leg is a little long. We're gonna bring it back. I'm not doing anything crazy as well. Thing is, I've been trying to move my process to be a lot more simple, straightforward, something that you could even do traditionally if you wanted to. Just because it makes things a lot more focused on the subjects that I want to, you know, handle. So give her a body, move her leg down a bit because we want more torso. We want to see this. There's like a movement of some torso, yeah. I want to see and build up from there. I want to see that hand here gripping. Oh wait, I'm gonna be gripping some stuff today. So her eyes are black, which makes things easier. And I'm doing her expression, a little bit of a smile maybe. Yeah, that could be good. Okay, doesn't look like she has ears. Let me look closer at this miniature. I'm not seeing ears. I'm not, you know, these might be different characters. This looks like a female predator. But it kind of matches the vibe, so like I'll take from that. This one's scary. Oh wow. Yeah, you got some good ones. I'll just leave it like that for now. And you know, I can kind of like reinterpret armor and stuff just to make it a little bit easier to manage. and maybe not give her nipples, because I don't know if YouTube wants that. Just kind of remind me of Magic from the new game that came out. If you know, you know. But it's not it. These type of characters are fun for me, though, definitely. All right, so because let me tell you, I've been drawn, I've drawn characters like this just by happenstance. Like, maybe I'm just falling into the crowd, like I'm just like everybody else, and we all like the same stuff, our monkey brain stuff. But yeah, no, I've actually drawn some characters similar vibe. All right, now turn it up to 10. And there's going to be some points where I might just like speed up the process, not talk as much, because it's just kind of like, it is what you're seeing, like just sort of sketching, working things out. But feel free to ask me in the comments if you want any specific process tips. I'm definitely going to be showing you guys how I take things into color when I start with more like monochromatic or grayscale. I'll definitely be doing that. Alright, let's look at this arm. So that connects, and it has a cool armor here, and that armor goes all the way to the top. But we are going to plate it a little bit more and do different pieces, because that makes things easier for me. Armor, and then this can be like lean back to the leg. We still want a cool silhouette. That's mainly what you are working out when you're sketching. It's like silhouette, the movement, the gesture, of course the perspective. So try to do that stuff quickly. And where's her other leg? So is it going down? Let's see. What's the gesture here? So I'm thinking more like, yeah. I'm gonna do this. So the leg gestures, don't want them to be the same. So I'm actually gonna look at, yeah, these are pretty good. Beautiful miniatures. Beautiful miniatures. Does she want to have 2 arms? I don't know. I feel like I could do it. Is there other arm? I don't even know what. It just looks like a little crab arm. I mean, she has like a claw. You can be making it do a gesture similar. I'll figure it out. Okay. And I am recording. Good. Cool. How much time we at? 10 minutes. It's fine. It takes 10 minutes to sketch stuff sometimes. So I think what I'll do is get into this, continue this until the sketch is basically done, and then we'll get into like sort of the tone sketch. And I'm thinking she's going to be in an environment that's like leading up, sort of like a hell den, hell world thing. Or leading up to her face. And then these cool rocks at the bottom, because I like that. So, I'm going to turn my camera off for a little bit and do, just speed up the process. So you're going to see that a little bit sped up. And then I'll talk more about it after. Onward sitting still, though. Cool. Okay, let's talk about this part of the process. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to like get the focal point to be working, like while still at an early stage. So I'm not even really, there's a lot of things I'm not doing. I'm not really looking at my references much, but now I will. And I'm not really worried about color as much because I'll worry about that later. So I'm just kind of keeping it monochrome and doing like work to try to understand how do I get this expression to work, how do I get her face to work, like where is everything gonna sit, you know, things like that. And yeah, it usually kind of works itself out in a way for me. Like I just sort of intuitively at this point get to like understanding how to make things look better, but it takes a while to get to that. So if you're at the point where you want to like sketch and then paint, just have something you care about and focus on, like your focal point. Like, so it's the face, so I'm going to spend a lot of time here. And then the body, of course, and her like overall expression and gesture. But we're going to just make sure that's working, and then we'll get into like all this other fun painting later, but that usually doesn't require me to talk about it, so I'm not going to. Oops. Do something crazy. But yeah, so like down here it's gonna be like sort of petered out anyway, so I'll just give like the insinuation. We have some lighting on these rocks, there's some lighting on her heels, but her legs are gonna be dark, so we can basically just start filling that in. And like I'm getting some tones in there as well. This is gonna be a lot darker, and I'm keeping it dirty and messy just because like it fits the vibe. That's why I love this Warhammer sort of aesthetic and these like character archetypes and things that they have with visuals. It like really makes it so you can just, I'm gonna have her kind of crushing a skull or something, like she's maybe that, or she's holding something up here, so I could get that expression. But yeah, the Warhammer stuff is like really cool because you can kind of just express and be like, I can be very quick and dirty and expressive, and it gets the point across, which I love. So I'm gonna start giving her some more armory stuff because the face is feeling okay. You know, she probably drinks blood. There's probably a lot of fluids going around. That's what I heard about these Slaanesh demon god ladies, whatever they are, whatever it is. I heard there's a lot of fluids involved, so we're gonna make sure there's fluids, a lot of fluids, you know, maybe. So I was also thinking about like having sort of some sort of interaction, like this is a character here that's getting freaking annihilated, maybe in some way. So I can just like insinuate that with like big brush strokes, and that will do me good. Okay, we go down here, we do that, we do a little bit of this. I'm like painting pretty quickly because I want to make time today to do stuff where I'm not recording, or at least not talking while recording, because it does make things a little bit harder, but you know, it's fun and it's what I want to do, so I got to get better at it. Okay. Yeah, but right there I had to kind of lock in, and I couldn't really speak while doing it. It's kind of hard. But if you're an artist, you'll know that is a challenge to sort of speak and draw, because it's like you're thinking when you're drawing and you need space in your mind to think. Okay, so this whole thing back here, I'm wanting it to just sort of insinuate perspective. So I'm feeling it out and keeping things generally close, but we'll do a little bit of like lines showing that, and you know, this is going to get fairly dark up here. I've also been only using one brush and a basic round brush for the eraser. So if you're concerned with brushes, don't be. Just try to use what like feels good. And find, there's like a bunch of brushes, and maybe in the future I'll do like brush test painting tutorials where I'm like test out brushes and stuff, but you can basically get it done with anything. That's the fun part. So everything else is kind of giving her some more damage. I'm thinking Frazetta here, so like what Frazetta do? I don't know much about Frazetta, but he definitely could do awesome Warhammer pieces. So we are going to be inspired by that. Give her some abs. Okay, there's something about this that I don't like, so I'm gonna cut this out and then more of a form there. Actually, we'll go back on that decision, but we will do this. And maybe give her more belly. She's kind of skinny. Wider hips. Yeah, see, she's kind of skinny, so that's like messing with me a bit. I'm trying to understand the torso. Okay, we're almost there. There we go. Get that gesture out a little bit. Notice I'm not really worried about color or anything as of yet. In fact, I can turn it all to grayscale, so I'm not worried about color at all. That's a little trick you can have on Photoshop. You can set it up to where you can quickly convert things to grayscale. It's very helpful. There's probably tutorials on how to do that, and I can talk about it further in the future. These little tricks help you get by. Alright, yeah, so we're just not even going to worry now because we got our perspective. So I'm just going to worry about making forms that are interesting. On this Daemonette. And I like the split face thing going on, even if that's not a thing in the, like these like Hellraiser demon things. Little things you can do to these guys. And see, notice I'm not like as worried about like pushing the gesture that much, or I'm just sort of like, I need to get this done. So I'm mainly just thinking about getting the image to look okay. And so I'm very like splotchy with the way I do things. It's painterly, you know? Give her some boutte. Could have this sort of going over that. Like that. Yeah, that works. And she has more tentacles, so they can just be going all the way back here. So I would say this is more of a Warhammer inspired piece than a specific like fan art of a specific character, because I'm inspired by Warhammer right now, but I don't know everything about it, you know, so I'm not like a big into the lore yet, but I'm getting there. So these pieces really make me think like, oh yeah, this stuff is fun. Just erasing some things, just painting it in, and it's gonna look a little bit weird when you convert it back. Maybe, yeah, it looks okay. Let's give it like a monochrome coloring, because I want to start coloring early for the video. And since I said, you know, I'm not going to finish the piece fully while commentating, I'll probably like finish it and then time-lapse it. We can make bigger decisions quickly, because then it's like a rendering process after a while, and that's not as interesting. Rendering is something that comes, you know, kind of later. So I'm going to maintain that, and sort of make this make more sense here. Alright, so how is she looking? Looking fine. Okay. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna do some fun stuff now. I'm gonna sort of make it, like, see what it looks like with some different filters on it and stuff. Go in here, we might want some sort of darken, yeah. This is gonna help me. So, if I darken everything, right? And then I put it on a mask layer, and then I just get her face and body back. That might work to my advantage here. Yeah. So I'm just bringing her back out. I'm doing this so quickie. Like, it's very sloppily. Very sloppily is the way I'm doing it. Okay. See, but it'll work out, trust. Making quick decisions. It's a speed paint. You know. Maybe that's what I should label it. Like how to... speed paint. Not sure. Once I get into the vibe of it, it's like pretty fun. Alright, so we're gonna actually just erase some of this. I do just want generally more value range around her. And so to make these rocks, I'm going to take one of these darker values and sort of make, you know, give this a bit of form. Could be skulls and stuff behind her too, but... And since this is some sort of character figure that's gonna get annihilated, keep it simple, but try to show perspective and stuff with it. Darken the bottom of this leg here. And darken the one in the back. And darken this. And that is like that. Yeah, for some reason I'm just wanting like another tentacle here. I wonder what we could do. Yeah, it just goes off the canvas. Sure. Could be fun. Let's push this back. Maybe it's going away from us as well. Sort of color back in there. Like just color picking, and I'm squinting a lot now because I'm trying to just get the overall vibe. So there we go. And these like speed paint sketches, gestural things, whatever you want to call them, are really fun. Did I erase something I didn't want to erase? I think I did. This looks weird to me, so I'm gonna take that back. Okay. Damn, so what do we need? What do we need? What do we need? What am I seeing? I'm seeing that this guy needs to be basically down. Even if he's getting annihilated, he doesn't need this. Like, is this like someone curling back in fear? Or it's like a little demon helper guy. Whatever it is, it's a supporting character. So there could be a dead one in the back over here. I can just like make a arm coming out. Ah. Maybe I'm thinking like maybe her other leg is going into this guy. So what I'm gonna do is do this and do this behind it and then erase from here. Yeah, that works for me. So this like it's like grabbing like brah. Cool. Alright, erase here. It's gonna get a little bit lighter, but I can just paint this. Alright, let's do some more fun stuff. This has also been my first painting of the day, so it's also kind of just a warm-up for me, which is fun. So, but take from that what you will. Like, it does affect the rest of the day when you have a good warm-up. So I figure, why not make a video as my warm-up? Alright, this is her. She has a really spiky leg. So make sure that's there. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, this is a skull getting crushed into tiny little frickin' pieces. Alright, what else do we need to do? That works. That up. Okay. Now I like to fill up the background with nonsense, so we're gonna do that. So, perspective. Perspective. Ah! That can be darker. Can be darker. And go back and give it some. Can literally paint it back. In that's probably gonna be darker, darker. That can be lighter. So notice I'm not really concerned with color as much because it can quickly change, and usually the color changes a lot by the end. So I'm just kind of concerned with value. For the most part. Shape. All that. Alright, what's messy about this? This is a little bit too bright. Do that. And I'll paint back some. And give me that, give me that. Free, easy, free, easy. This is free here. This structure is kind of free. Think this through though. Okay, so the next stage. So I think this has been long enough on the just basic sketch, but I'm gonna keep going because usually when I think it's long enough, I'm gonna make sure there's nothing wrong here. Been sketching for about 40 minutes, probably gonna speed up some of it, but that's just it. This is where my process is at. Takes a while to get something worthwhile. That's the reality. It's not a fast process. And I tend to be a bit impatient, especially if I'm making a video and I want to get like a point across. Alright, let's give this eye a little bit of a reflection. Yep. Alright, now I've squinted enough at this thing, huh? Okay, so I'm going to stop for a second, take a little break, and then we're going to get into the sort of coloring, furthering, making it more cool process, and yeah, I'll come back. Okay, I didn't want to continue painting without talking about it, but I started to get into that, and I don't want to do that as much with this video. So, let me look at this. So this lady has some cool armor, and it's really cool horns, so I'm going to try to make these horns a little bit more interesting. Yeah, and give me some form here and some stuff to play with. And yeah, because I know this is like kind of a different demon, but it's got certain things. And you know what? Instead of crushing a skull, she can be holding chains and whips, because chains and whips excite me. Na na na, come on, come on, come on, I like it. Alright, so I was listening to like Doom music earlier. I'll probably have some sort of music going on at points, but it don't really matter that much. It don't really matter that much. Dude, I swear, if this is an artist that I know or have talked to, when I'm looking at their art, I'm gonna be so interested in what artist it is. I'll have to look it up, reverse image search. Thanks to all the artists out there that make awesome art, inspiring me for so long. I hope to join you one day in the pursuit of awesome stuff. Okay, so what am I doing right now? I am kind of just painting. So, it's kind of just fun. Kind of paint. This is gonna be like a little guy. Weird little monkey rat guy. I don't know. Maybe they're her monkey rat demons. Monkey rat demon guys, and she's what's happening? I'm gonna need to figure out what's happening down here. This is a mess. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's figure it out. Yeah. Your foot could be doing stuff. Claw stuff, you know. 'Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Oh yeah. A lot of singing, a lot of music goes into my artwork. I'll let you know that now, in case you hate it, because then you can just mute me and look at it instead of listening. But yeah, this is cool. Erase some of the stuff here. Yeah, cool. Demon guys in the back. Demon structures. Let's think. Yeah, in here. Yeah, let's bring this down a bit. I'm starting to like just manually paint everything. Like I start out with just let's look at the feet in this one. Yeah, this one has great feet. I don't even know what the hell. Oh my god, is she supposed to be humongous? Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's amazing. I just realize that. Wow. She's big. Like, giant. So maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is a giant lady? Oh my goodness. It's so happy to see a giant lady. Lady. Who's giant? Okay. I don't mind it. Look, I'm up for a challenge. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, maybe she's like giant. These are monsters, whatever. Maybe these like skulls and stuff here at the bottom are very little. It's gonna be all stuff I work out throughout today because I'm just gonna be taking my time with this one to make it look good at the finish. And I'm gonna try to record as much as I can of it. I might even stream it a bit so we can have a paired stream. And I'll just link the stream in the YouTube video so you can see the full process. Of course, it probably won't have commentary on the stream, but that's okay. We can still see the process and it'll be great. Excellent stuff. All right, so she's holding a chain, so I'll just insinuate a chain here, or indicate, whatever you want to say. Give her a little bit of some lining on her hand. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. I think I'm actually pretty okay at yapping while drawing, so that'll be nice that I can do that. Okay, this sword looks cool. It has some spiky things. I'm going to use the miniature as an example. These miniatures are great for illustration reference for what's cool and practical, and I can just go a little bit crazier with the illustration. Love the world of Warhammer by like aesthetically, like I've realized recently it's inspired a lot of some of my favorite stuff, so that has been a treat to figure out. And yeah, I'm thinking about doing a lot more, man, a lot more, so that's great. Yeah, give her some, here she has like some scales and stuff. Yeah, give her some of that, give her some of that, and you wonder, what does her whole entire body look like? Those are the type of things that you think about while drawing these things. A little bit freaky, but it's all good. We get a little bit freaky up in here. Okay, so I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Think of some, like, you know, Rihanna, Azalea Banks, like, you know, some diva music. I might put some of that on, because she's a diva. She's a diva. Okay. Commentary about the painting. Okay, so we're painting. I'm liking the way this sort of is insinuating a bit of metal, so I'll try to continue that. Yeah, notice how at some point I kind of stop looking at reference and just go with the flow. And sometimes that's helpful, sometimes it's not helpful. But when I'm in the flow, all I need is me and the painting. We have a nice little conversation, me and the painting. Like, hey, how are you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm doing good. Yeah, the paintings talk to me. I'm crazy. Okay, so we got that. Boom, boom, boom. That goes there. Okay, okay. Let's think. Let's think for a second. Okay, these guys back here. Yep. They're like that. We're going to make these into things. Demon den, skulls, tiny skulls of the damned, tiny skulls of the fallen. Okay, sure. What am I talking about? No freaking clue. So wait, how does this work? So 1, 2, 3. So this would be 1, and her other knee would be kind of like here. I don't want to mess this one up. So her other knee can kind of go down here. And I can think it's like under there. And then 2, and then 3. Yeah, I think it would be. Would it be going down or legs up? You know, we can just move it forward. Like that. And then she has like, oh, heels on, or like hooves. These are like hooves. Okay. I'm learning. I understand it now. Possibly. Honestly, it doesn't really matter as long as it kind of feels okay, you know, like. Whatever. It's a speed paint. I said it. It's a speed paint. It doesn't really matter if everything makes a whole lot of sense. It's about the fun of it, doing it from start to finish in one sitting. I might actually take a few sittings. Sorry, I'm bad. I might take a few sittings with this one. Who knows? Okay. I'm perfectly good at it. Fixing the air. I don't care about the smell of it. Success don't make great ones, but changing whips me. Okay. Sort of like insinuating stuff at the bottom here. Give her that. Do. Okay, that's good. It's good. As long as the shapes are feeling cool, we can just make everything else up. That's the fun of this stuff. That's the fun of Warhammer. Alright. So, basically, once you have this worked out, color's fun, you know. You can kind of just mess around with the color. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to mess around with the color a bit. But first, I want to make this stuff make sense. Like, I put it in the painting, so I'm responsible for it. That's what I got to do. It's hard to see her feet here, so we're going to have to make them up. That's okay, we can do it. We can do it! You know, I may need to work them out a lot further, because I'm kind of like designing, but if we imagine them as kind of heels, but also kind of bird feet-ish. Okay, I'm going to do some damage to this friggin' painting. Yeah, that feels better. Just that direction feels better. Okay, so... And it doesn't matter if all the rest of the stuff is a mess, because it's not about the background. It's about the girl. The lovely lady. So... Okay. I'll let all this sort of go into the background. So, remember how I was thinking it was going to be something else? Oh! Wait. No, this leg is starting to make more sense to me. To where we could do, this is the foreground leg, and the other one's the background leg. Perfect. And then, what we do here is go back. And bam. Yep, that's making sense. If it doesn't make sense yet to you guys, don't worry. That's my job, to make it make sense to the people. It takes time, but we can do it. Yep, this is our front leg now. How quickly we just made that decision. Bam, that's her front leg. Give her some calf. Ooh, wee. So, how is this gonna go? Boom. And then this would be like that. in like that. Okay, like a big heel, like a big heel. Bam, 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 bam. So see how much fun I'm having? Like, making little noises and stuff. That's the vibe, man. That's the vibe. This should be fun. If it's not fun, what's the freaking point? You know? So I'm gonna want to make this more like, so I can use my paintbrush to do it like that, and then I'm gonna want to put it into the background a bit, so not that much, jeez, just a bit, and then make this more dark in the foreground. It's claw, she is as, and give me more room here, and just do a little bit of this. Make sure that it's her other leg, and it's going back, it's going back, it's going back, and it's going back, and it's gone. Yeah! This is so fun. Oh my gosh. We can find this down here. Alright. I'm doing a lot of talking in this one, huh? That's fine, isn't it? If you're here, that's what you came for. And you don't have to listen as well. Okay, so how we make this make sense? Let's keep working. Yeah, I'm kind of like in the groove of things. I've warmed up a bit, so that's good. But we still need to push that back even more. And you know what I think would be good is if we made this really light and then petered it into darkness here at the bottom here, and use that to our advantage, because that's that. Yeah, sure. Doesn't have to make that much sense. Find that out more and more as you paint. It's like you only have to make sense of what looks like it makes sense. Okay, so that's there. We've got her foot here, and her foot is coming towards us, and it's like weird bird person hoof leg contraption. Yeah, sure, why not? And I'm making these like very thin, and you know, I could even push it back on the canvas. Wait, how? I'm still trying to figure out how. No. I think the way I have it works. Because they're like big heels. Whatever, she can even melt into the frickin' ground. Doesn't really matter that much. I see that this has like shrubbery and stuff to make it like insinuate that she's big. So I didn't even know she was going to be huge. Why not though? That's the magic of doing this and having Warhammer inspired art. Yeah. Okay, so that we'll get rid of the rest of this crap and come back. Maybe darken some of this. Darken some of that. We're gonna make this a little bit more painterly. This is all the same. We can go over this. Make it so these like light blues are her thing here. We don't want people to look at the wrong places. Alright, and then we come back to her. She's looking good. Beautiful. Cool. Now, so we worked that out a little bit, I'd say. We can have this be less jarring. Now let's think. So, let's think here. This should be lighter. I don't know why. I just feel it. It needs to be. And we need a little bit of light here on this. This can be relatively darker and then be lighter back here, actually. Come down. Okay, that's darker. That can all be darker, and then we can make it lighter. And come back in like that, and just all right. Making okay time on this. What is not making sense? Yeah, this is all okay. Alright. So basically, color is not as important to me. I just like to have fun with colors. So we can do whatever we want. But I'm going to take a little break. Of course, it's still in one sitting. I'm not going and doing anything crazy, and I'm not taking that long of a break. But I'm going to take a break just to drink some water. And think, basically. I know I'm saying that as I'm painting. That's how much of a fiend I am for painting. But yeah, I'm gonna save it as well. I haven't saved it yet, guys. Save your freaking stuff. Holy crap. Let me save it. I'm gonna save it as Daemonette. Yep. Daemonette. Cool. Daemonette. Let me know in the comments how she's looking, y'all. Yeah. Okay. Stop this for a second. Okay, so what I just did was fix a good amount of stuff, work out the legs better, because the legs were bugging me. So let me show what the difference is. So I zoomed in the comp, and the legs were bugging me, so I fixed the legs, and we're gonna continue from this point. Yeah. And now it's bugging me a bit less, so that's good. What are we gonna do? We're gonna color, so we gotta figure out a way to do that. And naturally, I have my ways of coloring like I was talking about, and I'm gonna just do that natural process. So it usually involves just like using different layer modes, using like overlay layers and soft light and hard light and pin light and using all the different layer modes to get me to where I want to go. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to see about getting something that insinuates a sky here. Maybe in a silhouetted form. Yeah, so we have like a bit of a perspective here. Just to give me some graphic shapes there. And they don't need to be that contrasty, but like that. And then we will follow suit and darken this. I wanted to make some lighter bits here that it's some sort of gate, something like that. So maybe lighter and cooler back here. It's probably better to paint it the other way, so this kind of flattens it. So, but yeah, we'll continue these shapes down here to distinguish between what's her and what's not her. Yes, some sort of gate or something, like a giant tower and gate. And that's just for effect. Okay, and now I'm like looking at it, it's still too contrasty. The shapes can be like very light. I think it being flatter is better. That's the type of decisions you make. Like, unless this whole thing is lighter, which, you know, I could think about doing. And then that gives way for some interesting stuff to happen. So I'm thinking I'm going to actually do some of my weird stuff and like take parts of the painting and use them in a different way. So why don't we do that? And then maybe work out these shapes here. So most of the like coloring process is still just regular painting process. I'll let you guys know that coloring, I don't think of it as different. It's just making everything more interesting. That's what color does, because you can get stuff to read with just value, and you can make a really interesting painting with just value, like with little color difference or saturation difference or anything. And I kind of use that to guide the way I paint, and so the colors are meant to make the painting better rather than make the painting. Makes the painting is all the other good stuff. So maybe we need a little bit of light shapes up here too. We're just doing what I feel, you know, like if those are really dark, it's probably better to have these silhouetted and just have all of this be a bit lighter. You feel me? And then we will make her horns a bit smaller so they're not going off. Okay. And I get like Photoshop issues like that. Okay, and then probably like open this up as well by, no, we don't want to duplicate all of that, but we're going to duplicate this part. I can like open up here by doing a little bit of this and then erasing or silhouetted stuff out. And this just gives him interest back into the what I want. Okay. Trying to keep it simple and the composition pretty simple as well, just so it's not too crazy, and if you guys are trying to do something similar, you don't get too bogged down in like the background or intricacies of that. It's mostly just, you know, set pieces to get the vibe of the character. You know, it may go in and out, may go completely out in the end. All right, so I'm gonna do gradients where I feel like it feels like a bit unnatural. See, this can be darker, but it also can be lighter. So I'll do that. Making choices like that. Okay. I'm gonna stop squinting. I squint so much while painting. Okay. This should be darker. It's under. Bit of painting stuff there. This can all come down. And come down a bit. Thinking of just values here now, and to make this claw more gnarly, I'm thinking like wrapping around it. So it's not as flat. And going back in. So this is just as interesting. Same thing I did with the legs. Alright, these are a little bit too contrasty, but we're gonna go back with like a more bluish. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now this almost doesn't really need a lot of stuff to do with color, because I started, you know, with saturation rather than full grayscale. So it almost is reading without extra stuff. Like the minimal saturation I'm doing is just a bit off. So we're going to work towards making that feel right without changing too much. And that's how we get into the color. Now I know I was supposed to just go like straight into color, but this is the reality. Like painting requires a lot of time spent at the parts that matter to you. And even if the fun, like, ooh, beautiful colors is what draws you to the art that I do, and that's what you want to learn, realize that I'm focused on a lot more than just that, and so that is actually where I spend most of my time. And then once we get into the color, then I can paint, but first I have to set up shapes that I'm happy with. So I'm gonna sit back, kind of look at this thing from another dimension of like the full read of the composition. So I'm gonna take some of these values down. I think all of these can sort of go a little bit too much contrast. Just need insinuation here. This little... See, I can go really small in detail and then go back out big and see how the details look. I spend most of my time like in the middle somewhere. Alright. Ow, looking cool. Great. Let's make this gradient make more sense. I think we're almost to the point we can have fun with the color. But let's just speed that up and I'll try to work everything out a bit more. And I think this will be another sped up part. I mean, just working things out before we color. Yeah, because the legs weren't making any sense, but I did like change the colors a bit before in like one of the steps that I did while I was talking. And that's kind of how I do things. If it's not good at the stage that it's at, bringing it into color will not make it better. So it needs to like feel almost like complete even before I do the color. So I'm just trying to make this a bit faster by thinking about what is right, what is wrong, what hurts my eyes when I see it, what doesn't. You know, so these shapes can be more flat as you go back in the background. It's one thing about things. It's about the larger movements, less detail. We don't need any detail here. Oh wow, Photoshop giving me pretty colors to look at. Nice. Oops. Back in. So I was thinking she might be giant, but it doesn't really matter. Because it's an inspired art. Kind of does look giant just because of the perspective that we're looking at. no, that's fine there. Like that. Shape. Alright. That's cool. Not everything has to make sense, always thinking. So it just has these claw arms. Somehow this one is holding a sword. Give it a little bit of a lighter shape there. Don't want to darken things for no reason. I can do that, and then I can kind of just give this a little bit of a rest here. I'm feeling around the forms a lot. And color picking. Good. This little thing has been bothering me for a while. I don't know what to do with this. Yeah, that works. And like also, kind of bring this back. Bring it forth. Yeah. Yeah. Good. It's coming together. It's coming together. Let the legs be a bit more saucy. All right. So we have her. I think that's good. Next stage is color. Let's do it. Okay, guys. So, let's get into this color and then we'll see what happens from there. So, I'm going to merge everything down. Isn't that crazy? Merge everything down. Yeah, this is looking better. So, we have a lot to work with. I'm going to save my file and think. So, I'm liking the sort of cool tones that we're getting. It's matching that, and I'm gonna look at any of my references. I have a lot of references. This is cool. You know, we could have pieces of red or purplish, pinkish stuff. You know, this one has like sort of pretty simple monochrome. Okay, we could go with the pinkish addition. So how are we going to do that? Let me get situated and we'll figure it out. Alright, so let's look at it. I'm going to double it. I'm going to see about that there. Ooh, that gives me so much to work with, auto color. Let's make that a luminosity layer. Ooh, color. Ooh. Ooh. You like it better with it like this. And let's. Ooh. Does it make things darker at any point? No, it doesn't. Basically lightened everything. Whoa. Blow me out, huh? Okay, let's try this, because I'm okay with this. For now, let's try to up the values in just some places by painting them in with mask. And you know where those places are going to be, just on the figure. So our face is going to get a lot of light. It's actually too much over there. Yeah, that doesn't need to be that high. I'm liking sort of this transition of dark to light. I don't know why I like that. I've done it in other things. Faces, forehead is darker. I'm gonna go in here and actually paint a bit. Coloring is just further painting. Don't tell anybody, it's a secret. Still have to be concerned with shapes and all that. Basically like doing makeup. I see it a lot. So sometimes I just use Photoshop's like auto color, auto tone. I've been using it a lot this last year. It just speeds things up and it gives sometimes easy interpretations of whatever you want. We're trying to go for, but it just makes it a little bit easier on the eyes. Like I was going way too cool before, and I'm liking these warmer tones. So take the easy out when you get it. Use whatever you can. All right, let's say yeah. In total, things will get darker, but this part is going to be lighter. It's going to be lighter. That's going to be lighter. That can be darker. So basically just working with contrast now. Her hip can be getting light because you know people are going to be looking at that. Okay. This thing can get some light. Why not? Even the knee can. Let's make this look a little bit more reflective. And this leg is rough right now, so I'm actually gonna paint it as I see fit. So I'm gonna just make a normal layer on top and paint over this. So we gotta be quick. We don't have all day here. You guys don't have all day. Already spent enough time with me, which I appreciate, of course. Alright. That's nice. Okay, I'm gonna make this nice too. So, that's that. And this can all just be dark. I don't know why it's so light. Doesn't really matter if it's super dark. You can just bring this shape together and simplify. Oh, and I know why. It's because I moved the leg. That's why it was looking so janky. And I never thought to fix it. That's fine, we make do. I know she's gonna have like jewels or something. Maybe not jewels, but just it's like a belt or something. I don't know. It can be insinuated. It really doesn't need to be that. And then I'm gonna make this lighter. I mean, I'm seeing it. It can be, and we can just do her little nose folds and make her nose a bit more. Makes sense. Like that. Like I said earlier, the face we're going to be looking back at, so it's good to give it more time spent with it. Nice. Got ourselves a little thing here. Nice. It's always fun to see it come together, especially in one sitting. You guys know in the comments if you like Warhammer or Warhammer inspired art, what types of things you'd like me to see, what things I should look into as well when it comes to Warhammer. Because you know, maybe a Warhammer fan will be like, this isn't Warhammer at all, but you know, the vibe, it's the vibe is what I think. But let me know if there's any other things you'd like to see me draw. So I'd be down to draw some more. This is like a lot of fun, really. Okay. Let's see. Nah, let's keep that shape there. This is gonna come. I want to show that this has some form here. I'm gonna mold some of that together. Cool. This together, that together. And she's twisting a bit, which I noticed a while back, but now we can really get into that. So yeah, AutoColor did most of the work for me there. And of course, you have this bottom part, which is really ugly. But nobody's going to really be looking there as much. So I can kind of just play with it. And yeah, so the colors here I'm liking. So I'm just going to move forward with that, maybe alter them a bit, and I'll just speed all that up. But it worked out well. Got lucky, I guess, that didn't really have to do much. Because remember, the shapes, the drawing, that is what keeps your painting together, and that is how I think about it. So usually if you just trust the process, you trust your ability to paint or to draw, use any weird tricks you can get to like just get some interesting color notes in there. And that's that on the color. So I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna just work on it. It's like I'm kind of like letting it work on itself, but yeah, that's basically how I do it after this point in paintings. It's just kind of just put them down. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this talking part of this video, and I hope you guys leave comments, share what you think, share, like I said, more Warhammer-ish stuff, maybe some more like, you know, the cool knight and marine guys and stuff, like whatever you think would be cool. I'm going to be working on some of those paintings that I showed in the beginning on live stream. So once you see this, if I'm happen to be streaming after looking at this video, pop in, check out the stream. Sometimes I'm looking at chat, sometimes I'm just locked in on the painting, but it's always nice because you can see the full process. And yeah, I'll just be making a lot of Warhammer sketches, working through them at my own pace, what I think is fun. And I hope you guys really enjoyed. This has been a fun process. So this is Lucat. I might talk a bit at the end of the video in some sort of editing, but for now, I bid you adieu and enjoy the rest of the sped up process. Peace, y'all. Okay, so this is the Daemonette. The Daemonette inspired by the Slaanesh demons and demonettes of the Chaos God Slaanesh. And this is just sort of the sketchy place I left it. My friend told me that they usually have like a crab pincer, so I made sure to include that. And I'm happy with the result, given that it was basically sort of a walkthrough of my sort of ideation in, doing a character painting, and how basically you can start with anything and you can bring it to a finish, which is really satisfying. So I hope you guys enjoyed. The next videos I'll probably be doing more longer form content like this, so let me know what you'd want to see me paint, if there's anything in particular, and yeah, if there's any ideas that I like, I might take it and I'll shout you out. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you, and yeah, this is Lucat signing out.